electoral panel that ended the case. It was at the level of appellate court, that justice was done. The same thing happened in Ekiti State. And because those decisions were against what the power that be wanted, my Oga, had it all. It did not favor them. Okay, so they were very pained. If you saw the vehemence with which they argued that nobody should have removed them in the office because they were already enjoying the benefits of office that they don't earn. So they wanted to remain there at all costs. They are still pursuing that obnoxious interest till now. Now, this is what pained them, and that was what they communicated to their master, that look, if you allow this to go, you are still going to lose more states. And that is why the guy, Mr. President acted on impulse. I said, remove him, put another person who will be able to use our own men to sit at the electoral petition panels. And that was what happened. And if you saw the trend of other electoral petition panels, you see that things are not the same thing again. So basically, the president, the lawyer has told us, didn't have the power he used, he wielded at that level. Yeah. He also doesn't have to be bothered about how to recall Justice Salami to the saddle. What they are playing is still the same political game. That, okay, we are going to delay his retirement age, is still around the corner, and very soon, events will overtake all of these things. Events will overtake it, and he won't be able to retire peacefully, and his image will have been damaged or may stay forever. But we promise them that they are toying with the anger of an average Nigerian. Okay, because an average Nigerian wants a situation whereby the judiciary will still be the last hope of the common man. They have been destroying the judicial system. They have been pushing Nigerians generally to the wall. Because when you go to executive, you cannot rely on them. They tell a lot of lies. They overrate themselves. They even falsify international figures, to suit their own purpose. You go to the legislature. The legislature, they seem not to even understand the reason why they are there. They do not legislate on behalf of Nigerian people. They legislate on behalf of their pocket. Okay. If you saw them fight, they are fighting for their pocket. Now the judiciary, I'm happy that the president of the NJC has taken certain steps, although so minute, so tokenistic in the enormity. If you look at the enormity of the corruption that is paralyzing our judicial system, but he has started somewhere by disciplining some of the corrupt judicial officers that are known. Now he should do more.
Let me ask Tayo. Now, if this continues to play out the way it is now, and Justice Salami is due to retire before the end of this year, if it gets to that time when he's due for retirement, what do you expect to happen? Would it be a case of he's still under suspension, so he can't retire officially, or he will retire without being able to get all of what he is entitled to? What will be the situation? How does this pan out in the long run?
I think the end game is to ensure that he does not return to office until his retirement, until he attains the age of retirement. And once that is achieved, by my own perception anyway, I don't have a crystal ball to know what the future has in store. But I think what they are doing is that once he attains that age, the purpose is achieved, then they can say he will now. It is suspension. He has not been removed. And once he attains the retirement age, automatically the suspension ends and it will become retirement. That is how I see it. So because he has not been removed, to perform. It is not removal. But that's just the. I think that's just the end game.
If you look at their decision, they have removed all elements of guilt or culpability on him. his image is intact. The only problem we have is to restore him back to the position of president of Court of Appeal, which they don't want to, because they don't.
Considering the fact that the president has appointed someone to avoid
is an acting capacity,
would he then be moved away from that position?
Yes, because he's acting. He will stop acting as soon as the owner of the seat returns. And what they are afraid is because if Justice Salami is allowed to spend the remaining part of the time he will be in the bench as President Court of Appeal, it's going to change a lot of things.
Okay.
You know, because he will not work with corruptible judges. And Aloma Mokhtar will have more job to do at the level of disciplining such, because it's going to expose. You don't know that it's because Ayo Salami exposed the Chief Justice of the Federation that led to this.
Yes.
Okay? And normally, I have said it, that most of these people we have at the helm of affairs go to position of power through fraudulent means. They do not want anybody to open their cupboard of skeletons. And Ayo Salami is bent. You know that he was not going to leave, you know, the judicial system without leaving his footprints. He was not going to allow anybody to tarnish the image he has built over the years. And that is why we are fighting. And we are still fighting that Ayo Salami should be restored, even if it's going to be for the remaining 6 months. Let him be there. Let him do the needfuls, because he has been, they are just punishing him for nothing now, because he has been clear of all, culpabilities. So why should he not return to his seat? Okay. Now NJC is playing with a kind of fire. They are stoking some fire they may not be able to control at the end of the day, because one by one they will find themselves, they will have burnt their fingers, because if they continue to allow this injustice to continue, they will have contributed to the destruction of the judicial system in Nigeria. And if Ayo Salami should be blackmailed to remain out of office for the next 6 months, they will have committed a kind of harakiri. And very soon, and very, very soon, a revolutionary person will climb to the point they cannot control. And, I mean, the fire, the conflagration they have started will consume all of them. Okay. It has started consuming them.
Okay.
And it will do more.
Now, your thoughts, because we have to begin to wind down now. In terms of the effort of the new Chief Justice of the Federation, and the effort of the judiciary to cleanse its own house, how do you think all of this will pan out? I mean, in terms of what is being done now, we've seen a situation where 2 people that were deemed to have been corrupt within the system have been removed from office. That is something that some people say, yes, deserves an applause.
Yeah.
But is this a token, or is it something that signals the cleansing of the judiciary?
Well, it is a good start. That one has to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
And it is a statement of the CJN's intention to cleanse the judiciary. It is a good start, that's what I said. But we cannot say how far this will go. And even if the stay of the CJN, the current CJN, is ephemeral.
Yes.
Upon attaining a certain age,
yes,
she will have to retire. And we just hope that whoever comes in after the CJN continues like that. He talked about a revolution. The revolution in this regard will be if somebody gets to that position and that person has the intention of doing good and has the wherewithal to, because it is not just about having the intention, you must also be able to manifest it by some overt act and put it into means adapted to its fulfillment.
And of course, we must not forget the fact that he has to pander a little bit to those who appointed him.
That is what I'm saying, that you have to, there has to be an enabling environment for you to put the intention into action. And beyond doubt, Nigeria is not an environment that encourages you to fight corruption. Nigeria is is an environment where, what I tell my friends is that if you are asking